Hello, everyone, and welcome. My name is Marissa, and I am the Crafty Helper. So let's see who is here. Hello, Deborah and Robert. Hi, Kaya. Hey, Samantha. How are you? There's Janie and Deanne. There's Tia. Tia's in the house, so it's always a party when Tia's in the house. Hello, hello. I'm just going to grab my painting. Give me a second. It's on the chair behind me. But these headphones are wired, so I can only go so far. All right, so this is the painting that we're working on. This is one of the ones I got working at Craftably. I went over on 4th of July weekend. They had asked for some help, and Tia let me know that. And they're about 40 minutes in good traffic is what it took me to get there on a weekend. And so I went over and helped them out, helped pack orders and stuff like that. So you guys that are getting your orders this week, I packed Dragon Darling number 4, and I packed the square Christmas truck. So if you got one of the, or the round Christmas trucks, excuse me. So if you got one of those and it's messed up, I'm sorry. That was on me. Those are the ones I packed. So this is this painting, and my camera does not autofocus, so let me just focus it for you. I'm sorry if you can hear the dog upstairs. So it is A Light After the Storm by Jody Bergsma. Let me try that again. So this is what I'm going to be working on. So I've got this square is finished. This square is what we're going to be working on. I'm almost done with it. And this tube, I'm just letting y'all know, like, I got 2, and I am so excited about these tubes to be able to travel. And y'all probably seen this already since everybody's been getting theirs. But these tubes are adjustable, which in theory is fantastic. In practice, when you are packing tubes and putting these back in the boxes, if you don't have it in the locked position, they collapse on themselves. So we had a little bit of issue with that until we figured out what was happening. But the strap is adjustable, so you can loosen or tighten the strap as you need to. So if you loosen it up, you can see here, it's got different lengths. So you twist the tube this way to unlock it, and then you can telescope it or make it shorter, and then you lock it back into place. So I absolutely love that. I think this is one of the best things that Craftably is doing, besides being awesome people. I mean, like, this is one of the coolest things that I've seen. And then it has the lid that goes onto it. I don't know where my lid is. It's somewhere in this mess that you guys can't see. But yes, I love the tubes. I'm excited to be able to have these, to be able to use them for the retreat. That's what my paintings will be coming in, is in the tubes. And I might be nice and lend one and let my sister use it. I don't know yet. We'll see. It depends on if she gives it back. I think that's what it depends on. So I have it kitted up in my Elizabeth Ward container, in one of them. So this is the colors. I love how muted this one is. I didn't think I would. I'm usually drawn to like really in like bright or like lots of purples and things like that. But I really like how muted this one was. And then these won't fit in here. I ran out of little things, so I just put them in their little baggies. But it's the ones that don't have much. So we're not going to worry about that too much. Yeah. So let's see who has come in while I have been chatting. Let's see here. There is Wilma. Hello. Marilyn. Hi. There's Crystal and Danielle. Hey, Brian. I got your message. I'll reply to you afterwards. Deanne is doing the Christmas Truck 3.0. I think that's... No, I have a 4.0 because it's in the purple tubes. So, yeah. They let us choose. And I was like, I had this one picked out because I was hoping to like maybe talk them into letting me maybe take one instead of paying. And they were like, yeah, you can do that. And I'm like, great. So I went over there, you guys. And if you have not met Amy and Michael, they are some of the coolest people. They are so nice. And they basically invited us to the family reunion. Like most of the people that were there were related to them in some way, somehow, or knew them. They were friends. And we went over and they just kind of incorporated us into everybody. And we hung out for the day and joked and laughed. I sat at a table with Kara, the principal painter, and with Angie Craftnado. And Angie will be going to the retreat in October. And so it was really awesome to get to know her as well. And we chit-chatted most of the day. And then I also got to meet Shay, which I don't know the name of her channel off the top of my head. I think it's Crafting with Shay or Diamond Painting with Shay. Somebody I'm sure will put it in. She was super sweet. And I got to meet a lovely woman from Oklahoma whose name I cannot remember, but she was also fantastic. And yeah, we just hung out. Michael made the barbecue and it was really good, y'all. Like, you know, I'm from Texas. We're real picky about our brisket and such, but very good meal. So I'm hoping to get back over here pretty soon. On a Saturday, they will let people help them out. So I'm hoping to go back over on a Saturday and help them out again because I had a lot of fun. The folks that work there were absolutely exhausted trying to get everything done already. And then I know they've continued to work as hard as they were before the shipment came in. So you guys give them some grace because they have definitely earned it. And they are doing everything that they can to get y'all's pictures and your paintings out to you. And just like being in the building and seeing all of the stuff, you guys, it was freaking Candyland, okay? Like, I cannot even. They have a whole aisle of just drills. And everything was super sparkly. And then they had these like containers like you would use in your kitchen to hold like flour and stuff. And all that was in that container, there was one that was just white AB drills. That's it. Just white ABs. They had another one with yellow ABs. Like it was, oh, so pretty. That was so pretty. Yeah. So it was a lot of fun, you guys. All right, let's see here. Some folks have snuck in on me. The tubes are awesome. Yes. Hello, Diane and Suzanne. Welcome. Hey, Melissa. How are you? How's everything going? There is Rebecca and Melody and Ginger. Hello. Welcome, everybody, and thank you for joining me. I know I've been a little spotty here lately. With everything going on, I sometimes just need a break. And last week, I just was not feeling it. I was exhausted. We have moved back into our building at work. So those of you that have been around a while, you know, during the chillpocalypse that we had in Texas back in February, the building that I work in flooded really bad. We had about 2 foot of water in our building. And we finally were able to get our insurance check and get the construction done. And so the guys got everything finished up in the building, or at least in my part of the building. And I was able to move back in on Monday to my normal office, which has been so much better. It is very nice. Those of you that were on the craft Zoom today got to see it. And some of the offices around me, everything is painted and redone. We've got new floors, all that kind of stuff. But just getting back into my regular workspace. I've been working in that office for about, I think it's been about 3 years now. I've been in that particular office. And so it was nice just to get back into my comfort zone and be able to actually accomplish some things, know where things are at, and all of that kind of stuff. Next week, our collections team will finally be coming back. They have been working from home since last March, since COVID started March 2020. So it'll be nice to have all of them back in the office. It'll be very lively, and, you know, having everyone back, everybody able to do what they're normally doing is going to be amazing. I'm looking forward to it. I was not the person who thought I would say this, but I have missed my coworkers quite a bit. So, yes, Michael is definitely a barbecuer. He got dry rub spices at the Michigan retreat. I bet that brisket tasted so yummy. It was so good. And Amy made baked beans, right? And I took one bite of these beans and I looked at Kara and I was like, these beans have alcohol in them. And she's like, no, they don't. And I was like, take a bite. And she took a bite and she's like, oh, they do have alcohol in them. And so I was talking to Amy later on and she's like, oh, yeah, there's some bourbon in them. And I'm like, yes, ma'am, that is the way to do it. I absolutely 100% agree with this choice. They were fantastic. So, yes, it was really good. I was excited because everybody ate the strawberry shortcake that I took. I made a homemade one. And I'm not usually the one that does desserts, but that's what I was asked to bring. And so I made a strawberry shortcake and I came home. I took a 9 by 13 pan, so like a regular baking dish, like a cake pan worth. And I came home with about that much in the corner. And that was all that was left. And I'm pretty sure if I had left it another probably 10 minutes, that would have been gone too. So it's always nice when people eat the food that you take. Bourbon baked beans. Oh man, it sounds so yummy. It was so good. Yes, Rebecca, I did get some steps in, y'all. That day, because I wear my watch and I'm doing this fitness challenge, I'm on Rebecca's team. I think it was 8,200 steps that day, which I don't know if they were actual steps, but I was definitely getting a workout. My arms hurt. My upper back hurt from, lifting my arms over my head with those tubes. I definitely earned those steps, no matter what you say. But I had a lot of fun doing it. So, yes. Tons and tons of fun. I went to the dentist a couple weeks ago. And for those filling, do not remember getting most of these, which, to be fair, is probably a good thing. And so I found out I have 3 cavities, which, okay, not too bad, considering I haven't been to the dentist in, I'm not going to say that on the internet, long time. And I also found out I'm going to have my other 3 wisdom teeth removed. And he's like, so yeah, these teeth are going to have to come out. You don't really have room for them, which I've been told before. But to be fair, I'm like, well, they're in there, so how can I not have room for them? But apparently I don't. And I have a cavity in one of them. And he's like, yeah, so I'm going to have to send you to the oral surgeon so that they can knock you out to take these out, because one of them, in an ideal world, the roots of your teeth grow straight down, right into your jaw. Mine are like, my tooth is right side up, but my roots go like this. They go down and curve back like this. And so he's like, yeah, I'm not doing that. I don't feel comfortable trying to pull that. And he's like, and you'll be much happier if you don't remember anything. And I thought, you guys, this dentist really understands me. So that's going to be a challenge for 2022. I have never been put under any anesthesia like that, where I've been completely knocked out. I am very nervous about it. Not real sure how I feel about it. I would much rather be put under than have to have them tugging, because the one that I did have pulled already, I was awake for that, and it took him almost an hour to get that tooth out, and it was because it was also, the roots were also curved backwards, and it took him quite a bit of maneuvering to get that out. And so my dentist was telling me, well, if they put you under, they can be a little bit rougher. They can, cut your jaw, your gum if they need to do that. and they don't have to worry about trying to not scare you while they're trying to get these teeth out. So, is there a famous Dave's in Texas? There might be, but I have not heard of it. Janie says all of her kids have had their wisdom teeth pulled. Yeah, listen, I only go to the dentist when I have to, because again, bad experience as a child. I am going to have a, a deep, really deep cleaning, a scaling is what they call it, which just sounds gross. Because it's been so long, I have a lot of buildup, and I'm okay with that. That's, that's on me. I did find this doctor I found through my coworker, and he took the time, you guys, to sit down and listen to me and walk me through everything and let me ask questions. And that, most of you know, is amazing, because that doesn't happen very much anymore. I wish it did, but it doesn't really happen much anymore. So I really liked him. His staff was really nice. They did have this one x-ray machine, you guys. So you put your face in it, and then it rotates around your head. And I was like, what kind of space age alien BS is this? And I had them ladies rolling. I've never seen anything like that. I was like, I'm not sure how I feel about this. And then I told the next lady that I went in, she had to do some deeper x-rays. That was just like an overall x-ray. And so I had to do a more detailed one. And I was talking to that lady, and she was like, she's like, all right, open up. We're going to put these in. You're going to, it's the ones where you get them on the sides. They stick it in on the side. And I was like, well, I'm glad I did that courtesy brush. And she goes, that what? And I said, the courtesy brush. And she's like, what are you talking about? I was like, when you know you're going to the dentist, so you ate lunch ahead of time, but you brushed your teeth right before you left your work to make sure that there weren't particles of food and stuff. And she laughed at me. Apparently, that's not a thing. So my question to you guys, when you go to the dentist, if you don't have an appointment first thing, if you've eaten that day, do you do a courtesy brush or not? I've always done that. When I did go to the dentist, I've always done that. So apparently there's one in Vegas. We got their big dinner combo with brisket and biscuits and mac and cheese and chicken. Yummy. Yeah, I've never heard of Famous Dave's. That doesn't mean we don't have them, because we have a lot of restaurants in Texas. And Babe's is the big one here in Dallas. It's a chicken place. So you go and they literally serve fried chicken, chicken fried steak, or chicken tenders. Those are your options. And then all of the sides are served family style. And there is absolutely no possible way for you to leave hungry, because they are definitely Texas-size portions, for sure. So Kaya said they've got one of those in her orthodontist office. Okay. So she knows what I'm talking about. So in South Carolina, there's a 10% off bill for any dentist stuff as long as cash is paid for. Okay. So I was using my insurance. I have insurance through work. And it is the first time in a long time that I have had dental insurance, pretty much since I was a kid. So I was like, well, I'm paying for it. I might as well use it and go get these things taken care of before they become a problem. So yeah, I've got to call and schedule the appointment to actually have that work done. Luckily, all my cavities are on one side, so they're going to they're going to fill all those cavities at once, and they are going to go ahead and clean on that side as well. While I'm in there, they're going to give me some, I think he said gas, some of the good stuff. He's like, you're not going to be knocked out, but you're going to be kind of out of it. So you're going to need someone to drive you, I think is what he said. And I was like, okay, that sounds like a plan. So I guess I need to put together like a playlist or a podcast or something, bring my headphones. so that I don't have to hear the drill because, that's one of my cringy sounds. The dentist drill is like nails on a chalkboard to me. Anybody else? I hate that sound. I go to get my nails done, and it sounds the same when they get that drill out, and I just grit my teeth when I get my nails done. Okay, so it looks like most of you do a courtesy brush. Okay. Deanne says, I go home and brush, make my son do it too. All right. More like a courtesy scrub because I know what I'm going to hear. You need to brush more often. And I will say this for that dentist, you guys, he did not make me feel bad for not going to the dentist, on a regular basis. He did not make me feel bad for any of my life choices. He didn't make me feel bad for being scared of him or anything. So I really appreciated that because as a fully functioning adult, I know all the things they're going to tell me. I don't need you to make me feel bad for it too. You know what I mean? I'm sure most of you have had that experience as well. I hope not, but I know quite a few of us have, where you go in and then you get lectured about things. So yeah, he just said, these are things that you could do better. Let's start trying to do this. And that was it. That was the conversation. And I was like, all right then. He's like, once we get your teeth cleaned, you need to try to keep up with your, every 6 months. And he goes, and that will help. We won't have to do this again. That was it. So yeah, I think I found a good one, you guys. Now if I could only find a husband that was as good as my dentist. Yeah. Okay. So I'm not the only one. Thank you. That sound. Oh, cringy. It's like you could make a whole horror movie of just dentist sounds, I'm pretty sure. So this one does have an AB. It's AB. They call it 08. It's the white ABs, which is what I'm using now. It's not coming across. There it goes. So yeah, the white ABs. I think this is the only AB they have in here. Janie says when she lived in New Jersey, they had a spit sink. In South Carolina, they don't. I think they had the spit sink when I was a kid, but this office, from what I saw, didn't have a spit sink. Now, I will preface that by saying I don't think I was in a full-on exam room. I think I was in the x-ray room. So I don't know if I was in a room where they would actually have worked on me. He did come in there. That's where he did the exam and stuff like that. So they may have it in one of the rooms that I didn't see, but I did not see a spit sink anywhere. But yes, I'm glad I'm not the only one that did the courtesy brush. She told me that apparently some people don't know how to do that, which I thought was kind of rude. Right? Just saying. Robert brushes twice a day. That's good habits. Yeah, I think he's going to be a really good dentist. Find you one too. Listen, I'm going to stick with me first. I love you. I really love you. You're like a sister to me. However, I'm going to work on me first. And then if he has a cousin or a brother or something, I'll let you know. Does that work? I mean, I'm just saying. I am using my Texas Tips from Patriotic Beauty. So this is my 4-placer and my single placer. And then this pen is a Sadie's hand turn pen. And someone sent it to me as a Secret Santa. And I think it's gorgeous. So pretty. And I'm using it because I may probably have broken off a tip in each of my other pens. So yeah, if anybody knows how to get those out, let me know. Because, that would have been bad. Yeah, my favorite pen has a tip broken off in it. In fact, I think I broke it off in both ends. And then my second favorite pen, which is the one Tia gave me, I did break that one off. This one is still good. So yeah. You gonna keep the good and send me the broke cousin? I gotta pay for my own dinners and dates. I didn't say he was gonna be broke. I said if I find him and he has a cousin that's just as good, if I didn't put that in, I apologize. That's what I was thinking. And he's just as good, then I will send him over. Does that work? Hello, Dawn Marie. How are you feeling? Well, I was trying to take them out to put these new tips in. And I may or may not have put the plastic tips in with super glue instead of hot glue. Just saying. It could have happened. I'm not fessing up to anything. Let's see here. So one thing, this Craftedly, this is my first Craftedly I've ever done. It is poured glue. It is fantastic. These squares are amazing, you guys. Like, so good. I am not having any issues at all. I think I've thrown away maybe 2 that had little nubbies, that had knobbly bits. But for the most part, these are just fitting together. I'm single placing, I'm multi-placing, and I am having no issue whatsoever. The one thing I do have an issue with is there's a couple of symbols that are so close, I have to check every time I go to use them. Because, for instance, this is a regular X, and this is a thicker X. So this is like bold X and regular X. This was not thought out very well. There's another one that is pretty close to that also. There's a couple of them that are real close. So yeah, which I know that's not Craftedly's fault, but it's just still annoying. So that's one thing I'll mention when I talk to Amy and Michael again. I'll mention, hey, you might want to look at this and make sure at least they're not anywhere similar in color. Because at that point, it's just a free-for-all. All right. Dawn Marie's in a lot of pain. I am so sorry to hear that. Hey, Cheryl, welcome. How are you doing? The background color. So here's the thing. It's like the background color of these is like a dark, I call it a grayish, a brownish gray color. And the other one is a brown. So the background is not that different. And I'm sure as I go along, I'll get more used to seeing it. That was just something that I have noticed right off the top that I wasn't. And I have never had a diamond painting that didn't have something like that, where a lot of the symbols were too close together. So I'm not upset about it. I'm not mad about it. It's just I'm a bit peeved, a little annoyed. But you know what? I got this painting for free. So why am I going to be mad about it? It's amazing in every other way. That's like my only little nitpicky thing about it. So, and I have experience with them. I have the memories. So yeah, not complaining. Did I put this back? I sure as heck did. Hey, Narada, welcome. Quick question. Is there tables at the Stitchy group to set my lap stand on while I'm stitching on Saturday? Are you coming on Saturday? Oh, that's going to be exciting. I get to hang out with Kaya on Saturday. Yes. So we go in. It's at the Lodge, Elk, Eagle, Moose. I don't know what lodge it is. Okay. Mason. I don't know what they are. It's a lodge. But yes, we have tables that we stitch on, and then we have tables that we eat on, which are separate tables. So yes, you will have a stand to put your table or your lap stand or your, you know what I'm trying to say. Hopefully I'll get away from vampires. Are they taking just continuously taking blood? Oh my goodness. Yay. Kai and I got to hang out on Saturday. It is a fun group of ladies. They do not take things too seriously. I love my Saturday Stitchy group. I just saw it. There it is. So yeah, so we're going to do that. And I think she said, okay, it's a Masonic lodge. So it's the Masons. Listen, it's one of those. I got all kinds of lodges around me. So I can't ever remember which is which. Let's see. We're going to do the little upside down T, which is here. I think we're doing salads type stuff, Kaya. If you want to bring something to share, you're not required to. And they have tea. So if you're wanting something, usually, you know, like I bring my coffee in my tumbler. So if you want something different, soda or something like that, you'll need to bring that with you. Just so you know. Sorry, we got sidetracked. Oh, Narita is having pizza. Oh, no, they're cool. They'll ask you a bunch of questions, but they're all really nice. Then they get sassy. So it'll be very much like when we have our crafty Zooms and stuff like that. You'll be fine. So yeah, so I've been to the dentist. Got to go back to the dentist. I have been doing all manners of retreat crafts. We are just a little less than 2 months away, so we have to make it through half of July and August and September, and then we will be at the retreat. For those of us that are going, I am so excited this year, you guys. I think we're going to have a ton of fun. I can't wait for you to see the swag that I've got you. I know it's not about that, but I'm excited. I have been working on this all year to get you this stuff. We have been blessed by so many people that have generously sent things to add to your bags and stuff like that. So it is going to be a blast. There's going to be dancing. I imagine there will be some singing. We're going to have a diva off. We're going to have some really fun classes. We're going to get to go into town. We actually get to leave the venue this year. We didn't do that last year because we were too scared we were going to get the vid. So we all just stayed in place. I think Billy left, and I think maybe one other person left to run to the store real quick, and that was about it. So I am not looking forward to the drive. I'm not going to lie to you. It's 9 hours from Dallas up there, and I'm not really looking forward to that part. It'll be fun because my sister will be in the car with me, but yeah. Just 9 hours in the car. Now, we're going to break our trip up. We're leaving early. We're leaving on Wednesday. And we are going to go to probably around Joplin or so, which is about 6 hours the first day, and then we'll get up and drive the rest of the way the next morning. But even still, 6 hours in a car. And let's face it, most states do not have speed limits like Texas has speed limits, y'all. Texas speed limits is generally 70 to 75 miles an hour. Some places it goes up even higher than that. And I don't know what are the speed limits like in Oklahoma. Can anybody tell me? Because I think it's only like 60 or 65. It might be 70 now. I've only been up there. I've only driven through Oklahoma once. And I don't remember. It's been too long. Oh, Dom Reed, she did drive 18 last year. You know what? You're right. You are correct. I just don't enjoy that much time in the car. I did do 6 hours last year. It took me 6. And when Rebecca came home with me. Rebecca followed me home the night of the retreat when we left, and she stayed overnight at my house before continuing on to hers. And it did take us about 6.5 hours coming up 35. We should have gone the other way, to be real honest. Because that was, the traffic was a nightmare. There's no speed limit in Texas. Drive at your own risk is what the sign says. So there's speed limits. But here's the thing. Like, okay, so when you have a multi-lane highway, right? In Texas, if you're going to do the speed limit, you need to be in the right-hand lane. And you do not leave the right-hand lane if you are only doing the speed limit. The middle lane is for those doing about 5 to 8 miles over the speed limit. And the left-hand lane is for everybody that chooses their own limit. If you're going to choose your own number, you're in the left lane. I'm kind of trying to obey the law in the middle lane. And I'm doing exactly what the law told me to in the right-hand lane. And frankly, people just need to abide by that. Like, if you're going to do the speed limit, do not get in the left-hand lane because you will get run over. Not looking forward to 9 hours either. Mom will be with me, and it's about the longest I've driven. Mom does not get to drive the baby, yeah. So they're coming in Kaya's car. She's like, no. I completely understand. I've been scoping out places to stop, and I think we found a really cool place. So we'll see how we do. 70 to 80, going up 75, 69 until you hit the towns, and then you got to slow down to like 30. Okay, that is reasonable. I just don't want to be doing 65 for like a million hours, and then people like troopers like to pull you over if you have out-of-state tags. And we'll have Texas tags, obviously. So I do not want to pay for a speeding ticket. But I also don't want to do 65. So that is good news. Wilma says they are getting the rhythm of diamond painting. Good. It takes a minute to kind of find your rhythm, to find how you like to do it, change it up every now and then. Obviously, I like to multi-place and single place. A lot of folks I know only single place, and that's okay. There's no wrong way or right way to do it. Well, I mean, there's a wrong way if you just willy-nilly it, but you know what I mean. Traveling from New Jersey to South Carolina on I-95 and I-85, speed changes were crazy. Yes, I have driven that stretch, and it's stupid. I'm just saying, it's just stupid. So, yes, I completely understand. Get in there with your friends. You're not letting her drive the new car. I do the same to your parents. They'll be the first one to grab their new car keys. Yep. Nowadays, they shoot at you if you're driving in the wrong lane. I haven't heard that happening, but it wouldn't surprise me. So, there's a car that parks next to me. We have assigned parking at my apartment complex. And you get one spot that's covered parking. And so I have my assigned spots. And guys, I've lived here for 5 years. So I've had the same spot the whole 5 years I've lived here. There's a spot next to me that is uncovered parking, which means anybody is welcome to park there. And that space is wider than the other spots, right? So you would think that if someone parks there, they would park in the middle of the spot so that the people on either side of them had plenty of space to get in and out of their vehicles. Because on the other side of my parking spot, there's a pole. So I can only go over so far. But Florida, who has been parked there for the last year or so, the car with Florida plates on it, apparently cannot park their regular sized car in the dually sized parking spot. You guys, you can put a dually, a fifth wheel in there. Like, come on, man. So they are all up on my line. I've got about 2 foot between my car and their car if I'm in my parking spot. And I am just like, listen, I'm fixing to start leaving real passive aggressive notes on your window until you learn how to park. Because that's just rude. It's rude. If you can't park, go back to Florida. Just saying. Just saying. And does that mean? That might be mean, but that's kind of how I feel about it. I tried the multi-place, but didn't work right for me doing your first diamond painting. The multi-placing does take a bit of getting used to. The thing that I have found that works for me is that when you put them down, I roll from one end to the other. So when I place these down, you notice I'm going at an angle. I'm setting that first drill down in the correct square, and then I'm rolling. So there it goes down, and then I'm kind of rocking my pin to place the other ones down, and that seems to be how it works the best for me. I don't know if everybody else does it that way, but that's how I do it. So you might try doing that. That lines them up pretty well. It spaces them out and all that kind of stuff. Now, I will say this multi-placer versus the plastic ones is so much better. So if you guys can get some Patriotic Beauty tips or Patriotic Team tips, I highly recommend it because they are fantastic. I absolutely love them. All right, let's see here. There's N. Brian's got a doctor's appointment tomorrow, and he is not a morning person. I'm not a morning person either because starting next week, I have to go back to my regular time. I've been able to shorten my days since I was going into work voluntarily instead of working from home. And next week, I have to go back to my normal schedule, which means I got to start getting up at 7:30 instead of 8:30. And I know it's only an hour, but oh my goodness. I have enjoyed it so very much because I am not a morning person. Not even a little bit. There we go. The time I had cars blocking both lanes, 45 speed, when it was labeled 45 to 70, lanes were back up. Everyone was, yeah, we get a lot of that here in Dallas. A lot of you're driving on the highway and everybody slows down, and then you get up there and you're expecting to see like an accident or a car broken down or some reason why we had to slow down, and there's nothing. Just nothing at all. That's what makes me mad. I'm like, if we all would just drive the same speed limit or drive the same, you know what I'm trying to say. If everybody would just drive, we would be fine. So I got on 75, which is our north-south corridor over on this side of Dallas. And there was somebody on there. The speed limit is 70. And there was someone they were in the right lane. I'll give them that. They were doing 55 in a 70. You will cause a wreck. Somebody will wreck because you were doing 55 in a 70. Going too slow is just as scary and just as unsafe as going way too fast. So, yeah. PSA for the day. There you go. Print out some coloring pages and get a box of crayons and put on the page. Color lines you park with. Yeah, exactly. Kaya gets up at 5 a.m. You don't have to be at work till 7, but you've been enjoying stitching in the mornings about 6 to 6:15. No. So I take a bath at night and do all my stuff at night so that I can sleep longer in the mornings. I'm that person. So I can roll out of bed and be out the door in about 20 minutes if I have to. I'm that person. And I always have been that person, to be honest. Get this one back out. Oh, thank you so much, Dawn Marie. We are praying for you and hoping that you are getting better pretty quick. I hate that you're hurting, but I'm hoping that they will figure out what's going on and be able to get you fixed up. And I get to see your lovely, lovely face and hug your neck here in a couple months. So be careful. Let us know if you need anything, and we will do what we can to get you what you need, even if it's just some company. I'll talk to you later, babe. Have a good evening. I hope you sleep well. We need to do Wednesday wins. So there's a couple of new folks here. So our Wednesday wins are the awesome things that happened in the last 2 weeks because I didn't go live last week. So of course we didn't get to do our Wednesday wins. But it's awesome things that have happened to you, things that you finished, things that you've met a goal, just really cool things that you want to share with folks. If you had a birthday, an anniversary, etc. If your best effort today was to get out of bed and get dressed, then that is a Wednesday win. So if you will go ahead and put those in the chat for me, kids, or ladies and gents, whatever you want me to call you, peppers, then I will read those out for you as soon as I find the regular tea. Good night, Janie. Thank you for coming in and joining us. I appreciate it. Deanne hates driving in Dallas. Yeah, I hate driving in Dallas too. That's the drawback. I like living in Dallas. I love the people that I've met up here, most of them. Some of them are kind of cray. You know, some people's children they didn't get no raise right, or not enough of it anyway. But for the most part, I do love living here. Now, the fact that I don't have to deal with the highway traffic on the daily is probably why I love living here. Otherwise, I probably would have moved by now. I go through town to get to work. I only live 5 miles from where I work. So I go through town. Not a big deal. I don't have to get on the highway. But yeah, I'm not a fan of having to drive up here. That's what I did when I worked. Took a shower after work, could be up and out the door in 20 minutes in the morning. Exactly. To me, it makes it so much easier. I know where everything is at. I don't have to search for anything. I pretty much have in my head what I'm going to wear. So I get up, get dressed, deodorant, hair, and go on my way. Wednesday win, new job allowing me to be in your lives now. You have been able to be around a lot more. I've enjoyed that. So that is a good Wednesday win. I am glad that you are enjoying your new job, because I know the old one you were starting to get a little, well, I can't say that on YouTube. So you know the word I'm looking for. Your field was barren. Let's put it that way. They survived that on 75. I know. Minimum speed limit is 75, like a theoretical 80 plus. Pretty much, yeah. So I got around them as soon as I could and went on about my way. But yeah, they were causing problems, and it was not a safe situation. They were from, I think their plates were Utah, maybe. They were from out of state. So hopefully they did not get hurt or hurt anybody else. Is all I can say. Shalene's finished her win is she's finished 2 cross-stitch pieces and a coloring page. Give me a moment. I will locate my cowbell because finishes get cowbells. Here it is. There's Shalene's cowbells for her finishes. Crystal finished 4 paintings in the month of June, and she's trying cross-stitch again. There's your cowbell. I'm trying not to ring it too loud because the dog goes crazy upstairs. Wilma finished crocheting 2 baby blankets. And is that everybody? Anybody else want to add their Wednesday wins in? My Wednesday win is I went to the dentist and I didn't die. So there's that. Up arrow, up arrow. Here it is. Yeah, that's a lot of finishes, y'all. Y'all have been going crazy over there. Although I say that, and I guess I have finished a lot of stuff. It's just stuff that waits. It's going to have to wait till October for me to be able to show you or tell you about. I did slip up on the fabric dyeing class that I was talking about earlier. Fabric dyeing for cross stitch is really easy. This is a conversation we were having in Rebecca's live crafting journey. I started cross stitching in January of 2020. I had tried it once before. It didn't really catch my attention. And then diamond painting did catch my attention. So I started doing that. And when I was seeing all these beautiful dyed fabrics and stuff like that, I was like, you know what? I can do that, because we all know that's how all of my adventures start, is me seeing something cool and going, I can do that. And so I went, got some RIT dyes, got the fabric, and started dyeing. And it's super easy. I dye in a jar, like a mason jar. I'm going to try some ice dyeing one of these weekends when I'm actually at home. In the near future. I've been waiting for summer. Summer's finally here. And so I'm going to try ice dyeing because I think the results of that are really cool. And I like how much bolder the dye takes when you ice dye versus when you jar dye. But we are going to have a little demonstration at the retreat. And we'll show you guys how to do that 2 different ways. And then you'll be able to do it when you go home. Make sure I didn't miss any. Something in here is loose. It's going to have to get rolled. I got a cowbell. You waited 2 weeks for that. I'm sorry. Cheryl Katz has weaved the ends in on a Grafgan, and she is now finished. So I'm going to get the cowbell. There you go. The dog really does not like the cowbell, you guys. I don't even know how they can live up there, but the dog does not like the cowbell. So yeah, so Brian is going to be doing the Hocus Pocus stitch along. So there is a pattern in the Halloween collector's edition of Just Cross Stitch magazine. And it says, Hocus Pocus, I need coffee to focus. It's a really cute little pattern. We're going to be starting that on August 1st. And working through, I don't know if he set an end date on it, or I don't know that off the top of my head anyway. So I think I'll be able to do that one. I'm going to try to do that one with everybody. I ordered my magazine today from one of my friends that works at an LNS. And if you don't know what an LNS is, it's a local needlework shop. And hopefully she'll be able to join us on Saturday. So I should have it Saturday, and if not, I'll have her mail it to me, or I'll go pick it up, one or the other, because she's just across town. So I could do that. I could be a good friend and do the legwork. Yesterday was the first day in about 2.5 weeks that I did not get a package in the mail for the retreat. So everything is here or on it already, except for the shirts. That's the only thing I have left to get for the retreat. And then we're ready to go, you guys. So it is all coming together. That has been my main focus. St. Jude, I still have my link is still available if you are able to donate to St. Jude. My team is currently in, I think, 7th place. And we're doing really well this year. We're not anywhere near our goal, but that's okay. So if you would like to do that, I do have a cross stitch pattern that I will send to you if you donate to my St. Jude page. I think most of you have already donated, and I really appreciate that. We are going to have our walk in person this year, so I've been working on that stuff as well. Where's that symbol? Hold, please. There it is, right in front of me. Oh my goodness. If it was a snake, it had bit me. Going to the Disney Castle next. Cheryl just got the pattern. I have dyed in my crock pot. The problem is if you use like RIT dyes, you cannot use those products for food after you have used them for dye. So I have food dye stuff. So like in the crock pot, I use coffee and tea in my crock pot. In my mason jars, they are only for fabric dyeing. Like that's all I use them for. I have a measuring spoon that is only for fabric dyeing. That's the only thing I use it for. You have to make sure, things don't get cross-contaminated. So yeah, I have a whole, chemical fabric dyeing set of stuff. And then the crock pot, like I said, I used coffee and tea in because those are food products, obviously. But yes, I did a big batch of coffee tea dyed stuff in the crock pot, and it worked really well. And I will probably be doing another batch of stuff in there that I can't tell you about. Yvonne just subscribed to the Just Cross Stitch magazine. Kaya got hers online. My delivery guys are excited about that. Yeah. So it's really funny because my coworkers were like, oh, hey, your boyfriend is here, on like day 6 of them showing up every day, talking about UPS, FedEx, and the Amazon guy. And the Amazon guy, because it's a different person every time, is just like, does not know how to handle this. The UPS guy, who is the same guy every time and has been our delivery guy for a very long time, he just laughs and brings me my boxes. And the FedEx guy, depending on what time of day it is, so our afternoon guy is the same. The morning guy tends to change. Oh, I did not need that many. Wow. That was a little bit of overkill there. It just depends on who it is from FedEx. But yeah, my coworkers give me a hard time. So I don't think I've told you guys this. So I ordered something for the blessing boxes, and I ordered it online. So I thought it would all come together, right? Except no. They came in individual boxes. 45 of them. There was some that came like 2, 3, 4 at a time. Some of them that I think I got like 2 boxes that had 5 in them. The majority of them came in 1s and 2s. And it was ridiculous. Like I had just like a pile of boxes for several days. All right, where is the K? Y, upside down T, T. Y'all, have I lost this symbol? Nope, there it is. JK, just K. No need to panic. it's here. Yeah, so like I literally am like carting things home, you know, in small boxes, and I was just like, oh my goodness. 6 months for Brian Sal. Okay. You can get a crock pot at Goodwill really cheap. Yeah. Well, you know, and I usually use the jars because I'm not dyeing a huge piece of fabric because I dye each project separately. Now, when I do the one for the retreat dyeing, I may use a larger container just because that's a lot of fabric. But for the most part, I just do one little piece or medium-sized piece, and that'll fit in a mason jar. So you guys, it is that time. I don't want to run over anybody else's time. So I want to say always, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to spend with me. I really enjoyed this. I hope that you guys have as well. Tia will be on here in about an hour and a half if she goes live. And she always has a good time in her lives. If you liked what you saw tonight, please don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. If you're not subscribed, please do so. And if you do subscribe, don't forget to ring that cowbell because everybody needs more cowbell in their lives. And until I see you guys next time, happy stitching, happy diamond painting, until we meet again. Bye, guys. Well, bye if I can get to the computer. Bye.